Goeiemôre mense. Good morning people. Goeiemôre mense. Ja, dit is 'n video gaan ek doen in Engels want daar's min mense wat in Dutch of Afrikaans na die video kyk. So ek gaan probeer om dit in Engels te doen. I'm going to try to do this video in English because it's there aren't so many people Dutch speaking or Afrikaans speaking looking at this viewing these videos. Okay, I just adjust the size of the camera before I start the camera. Otherwise you can't see what's going on here. Now I changed the settings on the cylinder head. It's on the XD2 and XD3 motors on whatever XD88. It's not, don't make it 70 Newton meters, I make it 80 Newton meters, and its pound feet is 59, so you can make it 60 feet pounds. Don't go higher than that. And then of course I work with my Indra book as well. Now there I have the cylinder gasket thicknesses and the space between the cylinder head and the head of the piston mustn't be less than 0.5 millimeters. 0.50 millimeters minimum it must be. You can make it bigger, but then you have a loss of compression. So it works perfect with that clearance. Okay, and that is it. And then somebody asked about the tappet valve clearances. Now they say the valve clearance on the XD motors are the valve clearance, this intake and the exhaust must be like this: 0.15 for the intake and 0.25 for the exhaust cold. But I adjust them 0.3 millimeters. That's what I do it right through. Set them right through at 0.30 millimeters. Then they perform better. It's the same setting as the adjustment as the XD3 motor, so I make them all the same. And then there was somebody complaining about overheating. He wants to fit an oil cooler to the motor. It won't help fitting an oil cooler to this motor. He wants to turn plugs out of oil channels and fit pipes in there. It's not going to help because you have one plug coming up for the oil into the filter and one plug going out the filter into this channel, main channel here. So if you bypass the filter, then what's the need of the filter? If you're going to fit an oil cooler between those two plugs there, the oil will rather go through the oil cooler and not through the filter. So then you have a problem. So that's not going to work either. The turbo diesel motors have oil cooler between the housing and the filter. Heater hoses goes in there, and the water gets hot. The oil makes the water hot, transfers the heat over to the water. So then you have another problem. So the only thing out of this problem is a bigger radiator core, that's all, to cool the engine down. How bigger your radiator core is, how cooler the engine will run. Then on the timing story of the pumps. The pumps, the engines will run with a crunch sound when timing is too fast, and if the advance is too fast, it will also have a crunch when you start to accelerate slightly. So that's actually best to let them adjust it on a testing bench. It's going to cost a lot of money. Those people aren't cheap. Just to look at the pump is 2,000 rand, and I don't have that money for injector pump settings and stuff. Even if they make a pipe up, to make up one pipe is already more than 500 rand. I don't have money for aftermarket pipes and stuff like that. So cars are expensive things nowadays. That's why as time went by, if I see something, I buy it. That's why I have a lot of stock, a lot of second-hand parts and stuff. I didn't wait until it became redundant and then ran around to get parts for it. I started early getting parts for this stuff because I saw which way it's moving. Buying a new pickup or a new car, it's out. I have to walk 20 kilometers to town to buy food, and that's too far. I'm old now and becoming old, and that's far in this heat to walk to town to go and buy food, groceries. I need a vehicle, and that is it. I can buy them cheap because the people don't want them anymore, so that's why I bought them, and I just keep them on the go with my second-hand parts, or now and then on eBay I buy new parts for it and keep it on the move. And what else is there? Not much else. Well, I always run my engines with thermostats because our winters are just the opposite from the summers. And you can't have an engine running with grease in it. That's also not going to work. You must get the heat up in your motor to get the oil thinner. So you have to put in a thermostat. You have to put a thermostat in it to get the oil thinner in the winter. Otherwise you run the engine on grease, and that's not good. In the summer you can take the thermostat out and put the thermostat back in the winter. That you can maybe do, but the best thing to do is to take the radiator out, as they're done with this one. They replaced the core for me, but that's also done 20 years ago. Let's have a look at this radiator here. This radiator has a 4-core. Let me just make sure about this. No, I'm lying. It's a 3-core. There's 3 pipes behind each other. Normally they're staggered. They use 3-core staggered, or they have 2 cores behind each other. This one is free, has 3 pipes behind each other. So, but this thing doesn't overheat. It goes nicely up the House River Pass. On a hot day, on a hot day like today, if I test it, it stays at one place. It doesn't move up. The temperature stays at one place. Doesn't go up, because this radiator has a very high cooling capacity for this 505. Okay, so that is the story about the overheating on the 505. The station wagon has an overheating problem, but I think that the radiator is dirty. I must let them clean it out, and that's also 500 rand just to clean the radiator out. So that is another problem. And then on the pickup, I have the overheating problem, because the XT3 motor actually needs a bigger radiator, and that is already open. Now, I don't know if I can do anything more about this radiator core. And this, they already fitted another core in this radiator. Let me just see what's going on here. 1, 2, 3. There are already 3 pipes behind each other in this radiator. So it's going to a 4. Why is this now so dark? Okay, that's better. Then it's too close to the fan. if they make a thicker core, yeah, then it's too close to the fan. They can maybe give me a wider, make up a wider radiator to come to 2 fingers wider, yeah, and maybe 2 fingers wider on this side. And that's not going to help much. It's only then 4 fingers wider. It's not that much. Percentage wise, it's not worth it for the price, because this radiator should then, if they make me an aftermarket radiator for this thing, then it will come at the price of 15,000 rand, and this whole pickup isn't worth that. Even if I sell the pickup, I can't, it's just to be enough for the radiator. So I'll just keep on driving it like this, just go slower up the mountain, and the open road, it's fine. So that's all. Or ride in the night or when it's cooler. Don't be stupid and to drive in the sun, hot sun. Now, to come back to the story, this person wanted to turn those plugs out and fit pipes in there for the oil cooler. And that's not going to work. Forget about that story. There's also another plug. It's only for when they drilled the channels and they plug the channels. That's all. That's why the plugs are there. It's not to do with fitting pipes or anything like that. Okay, now this is it from this. I don't know if there's another few questions. Other few questions, I don't know. All that I know is I must replace the master cylinder on the clutch. That one down there. There's one in Great Britain, and there's one in Lithuania, I think, and Latvia. So I must, when I get some more money, I can import it from there. At this moment, I don't have money for this, so I must just struggle along with that cylinder. I think it's worn out. Okay, now I say bye-bye from this video. Ek sê totsiens van deze video. Oeps, net camera hier staan. Wind is blowing again. Wind waai alweer. Tot ziens, tot volgende keer. Bye bye until next time. In the next video. Tot ziens van die video. En tot volgende video. Bye bye from this video until the next video. Bye.